Today I'm going to reveal the top 3 struggles that you guys are dealing with right now that are working long hours at your desk. You've probably reached the pinnacle of your career or you're advancing your career, but it doesn't even matter because you have stubborn belly fat, your energy is at its all-time low, and you just feel super unhealthy and your health isn't optimized because you've been so focused on your work. And if that's you, I would highly recommend for you to watch this video in full because I'm going to reveal to you the top 3 struggles that you guys deal with that work long hours at your desk and how to deal with them and the solution to each one. So let's get right into it. Struggle number 1 is going to be pretty obvious, but it's lack of time. Many of you guys don't have the time to actually dedicate to your health because your work schedule is crazy. You're working 40, 50, 60, or maybe even 70 to 80 hours each and every week. And you may even feel like that you just have 2 to 3 hours a day to dedicate to your health. But the 2 main reasons as to why you don't even want to do anything with those hours is number 1, you don't know what to do. And number 2, once those hours come by, you don't want to do anything because you feel so drained and your energy is so low. The last thing you want to do is go work out after being sedentary at your desk all day. Now, I certainly can attest to being in this exact situation myself. I work long hours at my desk as well. And there are times where it's really difficult for me to go to the gym. But then again, even with the amount of hours that I work running an online coaching business, there's plenty of time that I can dedicate to my health, and I don't really spend that much time working out anyway, and I still see magnificent results with my body composition. There's plenty of times where I only have 15 to 30 minutes to dedicate to working out, and I still do it anyway, even though I don't feel like doing it, and I knock out my entire workout or knock out what I need to do for the day. And you guys can do the exact same thing and see amazing results like I have too. You can still boost your muscle mass, improve your muscular endurance, and get all the benefits that would come with weight training or exercise for the perspective of losing weight with just a bout of 13 minutes. I referenced some research in a YouTube video that I'll link down below on how you can actually work out in literally just 15 minutes at a time and still see some incredible weight loss results. Because the only reason we work out, right? We exercise for the perspective of losing weight is just to target each muscle group each week. And if we can do that by setting a time at least 45 minutes a week, you'll be able to pull it off and you'll be able to target each muscle group each week, especially if you're doing a very simplistic split such as push-pull legs, which is what I'm currently doing right now. And if you dedicate 15 minutes to each workout, that's 45 minutes once again. And I'm sure that all of you, even if you're working north of 60 to 70 hours a week, you can absolutely find 45 minutes to work out. You just need to make sure that you have the knowledge to actually work out and know what you're doing. And then 2, you have to have the motivation, the accountability, and the discipline to actually do it, even though you don't feel like doing it. Because at the end of the day, we make time for what's important. If your health is your ultimate priority, you will find time to work out. If it's not your ultimate priority, if it's on the bottom of the priority list, then you won't make time for it because it's not that important to you. And if that's you, I would highly recommend for you to just stop watching this video because this channel is for men that actually take their weight loss journey seriously, not men that just want to move their weight to the bottom of the totem pole and just leave it in the back seat and not even go grab it. My client Joe is also in the exact same situation as well. He's career driven, he's in sales, and he's working 60 to 70 hour weeks sometimes. And he doesn't have that much time to dedicate to working out either, but he still moves it up on the priority list. And once he did, and we structured out a workout program that worked for him that didn't take that much time, he lost 20 pounds in his first 2 months. So obviously this guy is probably in the exact same situation that you guys are in right now, and he got out of that situation just by moving himself up on the priority list and making time for what's important. So that's the first thing you have to do. Make time for what's important and realize that you don't have to spend hours in the gym to see the results that you need to see with your exercise regimen anyway. Now, when it comes to finding time for meal prepping, you can meal prep 6 meals in a span of 15 to 30 minutes, no problem. I've made videos about this on Instagram, but literally all you have to do is get out 6 containers, 6 lids, get 3 separate pans, and cook about a pound of meat in each one, and you will have plenty of food to allocate to those 6 containers. And if you're simultaneously microwaving any sort of frozen vegetables, or you have some grab-and-go fruits such as pears, apples, bananas, etc., you can literally make these 6 meals in 15 minutes. Once again, If you can make 6 meals and you're only eating 2 times per day, you have meals for the next 3 days, and you can do that in a span of 15 minutes, you really only have to do that about twice per week. And once again, that's about half an hour. Really not that much. And my client Michael did the exact same thing as well. He lost 24 pounds in 2 months. He had to do some meal prepping because he was at work and he was in a sedentary position just like I am right now and how many of you guys are. And he just, once again, moved himself up on the priority list, rearranged his priorities, set some time aside to meal prep in an easy way where there's not too much friction and you're not making these super complicated recipes that take an hour, but you're still making something that's going to benefit your health, but just doing it in a short period of time where it's simple and it works for you. You guys can do the exact same thing if you follow that strategy. Now, struggle number 2 is stress. You know, it is really stressful to be working long hours at your desk and then simultaneously you have all these other things going on outside of work that also make it difficult to allocate time to your health. Once again, when you make time for what's important, but obviously there's going to be things that come up in life, and when you're working a whole lot of hours every single week and you're super busy with a crazy schedule, it is going to be really, really hard to not be stressed or to at least find a way to control that stress. And the ultimate way to do that is by, 1, meditating, which really just takes about 5 minutes if you just do 1 round of deep breathing. The best form of meditation that is super quick, straight to the point, and is very effective, my favorite, in my opinion, is the Wim Hof method. Literally, all you have to do is take 30 deep breaths using your diaphragm. Then you don't breathe at all for as long as you can. And then once you have to take a deep breath, you take one, but then just hold it for 15 seconds. And then you exhale and you feel amazing. And even just doing 1 round of this breathing exercise really, really helps. It's helped me. I've been in stressful situations just like you guys, and it's helped many of my clients as well. It's actually in our health optimization course, the course that is in my health optimization program to teach all these men exactly how to lose their stubborn belly fat and keep it off for good and optimize their health by improving and modulating their stress levels. And in case you don't know who I am or you're new here, my name is Bobby O'Brien. I help career-driven men lose their stubborn belly fat and get a flat stomach without having to track or count a single calorie. Men that are career-driven, that work long hours at their desk, that just have a very difficult time finding time for their health and staying motivated to do so. And if you have any questions and want to learn more about how I can help you, I highly recommend you click the link in the middle of the video description, which is a link to my Instagram, if you'd like to speak with me directly to see if I can help you if you're in that exact situation. So the next solution I wanted to give you guys to improve your stress levels and really lower them is eating more in the way of anti-inflammatory foods. And yes, I know this sounds super, super basic and super simple, but you guys have no idea what eating a very high pro-inflammatory diet does to your stress levels. It's extremely inflammatory, and any sort of inflammation is something that we want to reduce if we want to reduce our stress levels. Of course, it's easier said than done when you're working a super busy schedule. If you're working from home, it's really easy to grab junk food from the pantry. If you're working at the office, you got coworkers that want to throw temptations at you. You're traveling, you're constantly on the go. It's really easy to grab convenient options. There's all these different barriers that get in your way, but once again, we make time for what's important, and if our health is at the top of that priority list, we will make time to find a way to eat as anti-inflammatory as possible, no matter what the conditions look like. And if you constantly take action for the future you, future Brian, future Derek, whoever it may be, insert name, then you will constantly put yourself in a position to put yourself first instead of putting yourself at the very bottom of the priority list. And if you do put yourself at the bottom of the priority list, of course, you're going to be more stressed out. Of course, things are going to be worse. If you're eating pro-inflammatory foods that are constantly spiking your insulin, spiking your blood glucose, and also spiking your cortisol levels, cortisol being the stress-oriented hormone. So we have to take that extra step, have those uncomfortable conversations with our coworkers, throw the garbage food out of our pantry, and have an uncomfortable conversation with our wife or with our kids or whoever we're living with. We have to act out of a state of discomfort if we actually want to get the desired result that we want. Because doing the exact same thing that we're doing right now to get a result that we need to get, that requires change, is literally the definition of insanity. Not saying that you guys are insane, but a lot of you guys don't realize that you're just spinning your wheels doing the exact same thing over and over, expecting a different outcome. You can't continue to eat pro-inflammatory foods and not make any changes, not have any uncomfortable conversations, and then get a flat stomach and have little to no stress in your life. It's not going to happen. We now have to accept the fact, you guys that are in a state right now where things are really crazy with work, you're working long hours and it's hard to dedicate time to your health, I mean, it's going to be really, really difficult for you to be in an ideal state. If anything, the era of you not having to worry about anything and being in a state where conditions are constantly perfect is really never going to happen again. And I know that's a really brutal reality to accept, but the sooner we accept it, the sooner life will get easier for us because we'll do hard things in the present to make our lives easier in the future. But we can't do that without taking any action. And that's what you have to do first. Another one of my clients lost 12 pounds in 5 weeks, and he was dealing with these exact same problems. Traveling at work, dealing with different temptations, and he was dealing with a lot of different stress. And the moment he moved himself up on the priority list and reduced those pro-inflammatory foods and had some uncomfortable conversations, also found a way to really get creative, to eat healthy on the go, no matter where he was. And I helped him out with this by building him out a nutrition plan that worked for him, no matter where he was going to go. Once he took action on this, he was able to see those results and really lower his stress levels. Of course, we're never going to get into a state where stress is completely non-existent. I think we can all realize that, but we can at least make it better. But the only way for us to make it better is to make changes. Number 3, the final struggle is just being sedentary, right? If you're sitting for long hours at your desk, you have to realize that you're going to be sedentary to a certain degree if you're going to be at your desk behind the computer for a long time. And I have to accept this as well. That's why I really prioritize eating anti-inflammatory foods that will not put me in a position to store body fat. And I always target each muscle group each week so that even then, even when I'm sitting down, my likelihood of storing body fat and losing muscle mass is very, very low, unlike the version of me that wouldn't take any action, that doesn't target a single muscle group each week, makes excuses, blames my external environment or other external factors for not finding time to work out. And I do the exact same thing for my diet. I don't find a way to get creative and stay consistent even with what I have going on. Then of course I'm not going to be seeing the results I'm seeing right now. My body fat percentage is at 5% for a reason, and it's because I take a lot of action for myself. And my clients see the exact same results because we rewire the way they think, not just their plan and their structure, but the way they actually think about their own health and about their own priorities. And you guys that are working long hours at your desk, whether you're trying to run a business right now, you're working as an IT professional, you have a job, consultant, accountant, executive, or any other job or business that you're running or doing right now that requires you to be in front of a computer sitting down for anywhere between 40 to 70 hours a week, you have to accept the fact that you're going to be sedentary for those hours. And in order for you to get a big boost in your metabolic rate on a weekly basis, you have to set aside 15 to 30 minutes 3 times a week, which is really just 45 minutes a week, so you can get a big boost in your metabolic rate by targeting each muscle group each week. And you will find that time if you actually prioritize your health and yourself. And then eating foods, finding a diet that is actually going to work with your busy schedule, that's not going to have all this friction with all these complicated recipes that take hours to make, that will help you lose weight, that will give you a good insulin response so you won't store body fat, and your likelihood of storing body fat is 0% every single time you eat. If you do just both of those things tied in together, even if you are spending 70 hours a week at your desk, your likelihood of gaining body fat, and if anything, your likelihood of burning body fat and getting that flat stomach is going to be far more likely if you do that on a weekly basis in comparison to you not taking any action. You have to take action, you have to get uncomfortable, and find a way to dedicate time to yourself. If you had to take one thing away from this video, it's just moving yourself up on the priority list. We all have the same 24 hours in a day, right? We sleep for 8 hours, and we probably work for 8 to 10 hours. Even if we work 10 to 12 hours, there's still 4 hours left in a day. We can work out in the morning, we can work out at lunch, we can work out in the evening, and there's plenty of other times to work out as well. And as long as you just find 45 minutes to dedicate to your exercise regimen and you find a way to get creative, have some uncomfortable conversations, take a stand for yourself, and get creative when it makes sense, you can still eat foods that will benefit you, you will be able to see results. And if you want to fast track your results with some accountability to apply a plan that works for you with your busy schedule, so you have the accountability and the structure to apply that consistently no matter what you have going on with your crazy hectic schedule, then I highly recommend for you to click the first link on the top of the video description to speak with me directly to see if I can help you do just that. Help you get a flat stomach, help you lose weight sustainably, and get your energy and your health back, even with everything that you have going on with your work right now. Other than that, that's pretty much it for this video. Feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at It's Bobby O'Brien. The link to my Instagram will be in the middle of the video description, or click the link on the top or the middle or bottom of the video description to speak with me directly if you would like me to help you get a flat stomach and start losing weight sustainably right now. And I will see y'all in the next video.